Hello YouTubers. Well, I must get this first bit over, which is the important thing I want to talk about pretty quickly, because I know only the only the very faithful will still be here after a couple of minutes, and I want to talk to you about the partner and the revenue sharing program. I was down in London at the invitation of Google UK on Tuesday at their invitation, which was not to do anything with YouTube, but my very small involvement in something that Google are promoting in a couple of weeks' time, which I'm really not permitted to talk to you about, but after the event possibly I can. But of course within Google UK is YouTube UK, of course, and I had a schedule of things that they were going to do with me and for me, and part of it was to be talking with people within the YouTube UK offices. For those of you who've been in YouTube for more than 18 months, you will know that early last year that YouTube proposed that they would set up a revenue sharing scheme for the users who contribute to their site, and at the time I thought, yeah, that's likely to happen, and was rather cynical about the whole thing, but of course, as you all now know, it did happen. But again, because they offered the partnership to a selected few people, which did include myself, I didn't think that was very fair, and we all contribute to the profits and the well-being of the YouTube website, and I didn't see why they should single out certain people. So they were my views at the time, and the reason that I didn't take part in it. I also thought, rather cynically, as you do when you get old, when you've been kicked in uncomfortable places so many times, that I thought it was probably a sort of a scam, that YouTube were going to sort of get more revenue from inviting advertisers to come onto the site, and that they in fact would be using us and throwing us a few crumbs just as a gesture. Well, that has not been proved to be the case, and as I understand it now, they do open up the partnership to many more people, and I believe it's a matter of application. So the whole thing is much fairer, I think, and probably this is why I'm trying to explain my U-turn before other people sort of come in and make comments that I have made this U-turn. Anyway, so while I was down at Google and in the YouTube offices, it was fascinating. I can tell you that there is a whole buzz of excitement in those offices, and they are conscious of everybody who is on YouTube. I watched videos that the person I was with was looking at. He knew everybody, and so you are known, you are not forgotten, and you are not neglected, and I was very impressed with all that. And of course, while I was there, they went on again about would I become a partner, and so I said yes, okay. I allowed them to get into my account, and they set up all sorts of things, and apparently I am now a partner. Well, what money I might or might not receive from it, I have no idea. I can't imagine it will be very much, and certainly be grossly reduced after I've paid tax on it. But if I do receive any money, then of course what I do with it is my own business. But I will probably donate it to some my favorite charities, but that's my business. I do not know, but I wanted to explain why, if you find out, as you can by searching things, that I have made a U-turn, then it is because of the encouragement I had by visiting YouTube UK, and seeing the enthusiasm that's in there, and I'm ready to believe that they are genuinely happy to try to give something back to some of us anyway. So that's it really, and I can slow down now because I think I've got through most of that in the allotted time. Cool. Well, of course, clicking on all these places within the sort of setup of the partnership, you click on all sorts of buttons, agreeing to long legal documents that you have no idea what it says, and it's a bit pointless reading it because you wouldn't understand it anyway. But of course there are a lot of restrictions for partners. There's very little we can do. Certainly the whole copyright issue is a big thing, and so there are probably many more restrictions. However, anyway, so that's that, and when I upload this video, I'm going to see if I can put an advert on it. I think they call it monetize it. I have no idea how to do that, but if it works, there might be some sort of advert on. Of course, talking about whether you have adverts on or not is your own choice. You don't have to if you don't want to, but presumably if you don't, then they won't think you're a very good partner and they'll probably chuck you out again. I have no idea. Anyway, what was I going to say? I remember a couple of times ago, or a couple of videos ago, I talked to you about the Zimmers and our involvement with the Chinese pensioners in a London theatre. Well, I've now received a DVD of that, and of course that's lovely, but again, prevented from showing it to you. Anyway, it's very long and you probably wouldn't want to, but that's one of the restrictions that I couldn't do. But I also received hundreds of pictures, which of course are very nice, and they'll be very nice for my archives. So I'll pop one of those on, and you'll see Grandad rocking and rolling with the Chinese ladies while the My Generation song was being sung for about the third time. But again, I can't put that music on, can I? But you can find it on YouTube if you want to. So that's all for now, and I do promise that I will. I don't like to be secretive, but I will tell you more about the Google event, which is going to be a 2 or 3 day event, and it will be wonderful, and I'm sure I would have lots of things to tell you if I'm allowed to, but until I can, or until I see you next time, goodbye.